Hello, equally awesome. So for Mark, this is my first take, and this will be my only take. For Winter, I kind of didn't really make meat puppets, I think you called them. Makes me uncomfortable to say that, but I did just kind of draw faces on my elbow. This too. See, I was gonna make this one, try to kiss this one, and this one to be like, no. And then to be like, yes, you kiss me now. And, no, I don't want to kiss you. You get back in and kiss me. God, you're so sexy. Slapping meat puppets. Well, that was awkward. Yeah, it's been a really long week. Lots of homework, training at work, my first shift, third shift. No sleep. Very little sleep. There's been some sleep, but it's been very little. I'm like dying and punchy as hell right now. So I want to jump into the questions. Mark, how do we prepare for our videos? Now, on my personal channel, I don't really prepare. I get in the mood where I feel there's something I need to talk about, or I'm just feeling really hyper and crazy and like sharing the energy, pushing out those good vibes. For the Equally Awesome thing, I do have a little notebook here, and I take my little notes week to week with questions and things, and then like this, I like write down little notes and things I want to mention in my video. This week's kind of boring now, so it's boring. The only thought I really wrote down was wow, Megan, and we'll get to that later. Win-win. Bizarre cleaning rituals. I have lots of them. Being OCD myself, I do wash my hands frequently. Less wash my hands, more of like tea tree oil, natural antiseptic, hand sanitizers, lotions. Usually the lotion follows, I think, the tea tree and the antiseptic. But I never really have any bad reactions or anything. The weirdest OCD thing I have would be, like this for example, tea tree oil. When I use something like this, the first thing I have to do is pick it up and I have to examine, see like that, that's really gross, the inside of the lid to make sure there's nothing there. See, nothing amiss. Everything's in good order. No little splotches, dirty crusters or anything like that. And then I take a look at this one and I do the same thing. And I usually wipe it off when I'm done. I do the same thing with like shampoo bottles, lotion containers, all of it. Like I can't use something like if I do everything in the shower, like face wash, I brush my teeth, I shave. So if those containers get weird in there, I wash them before I'm willing to like wash myself and use them. It's kind of annoying sometimes, but you know, it can't clean me if it's dirty, is the way I feel about it. Yeah, we'll end there. Bob, for some reason when I wrote you down it says Bobby. Bobby, what is the last off-the-wall thought you had, being punchy, intoxicated, inebriated, whatever? This is where the wow Megan comes into play, because that was a little crooked, but funny. You know, it would have been today. I didn't sleep very much last night at all. I wrote a huge paper and then had to do something for my other class with a discussion question and crap like that as well. So probably only slept like 2 or 3 hours last night. Very punchy today because I didn't sleep very much the night before that. But today, as I said, was my last day of training at my new job, and they put us on the phones to answer live calls. Now I'm working for a flower company. This was the most awkward. I've worked in call centers for like the last 4.5 years. This is the most awkward experience I've had. Awkward. answer the phone. Like, thank you for calling. This is Matthew. How can I help you? I always call myself Matthew at work. I don't know why. Call myself Matthew a lot, actually. That's because that's my name. What am I talking about? Okay. So, thank you for calling. This is Matt. And she's like, hi, blah, blah, I ordered these flowers, and can you pull up my order? And I go, okay, yeah, what's your order ID number? And she gives it to me. I said, do you have your order ID number? And she goes, yeah, here it is, blah, blah, blah. Pull it up in the system, and I'm looking at the information, and we always send greeting cards with the flowers, obviously, or little cards, and I look at what the card message was, and it was like, congratulations on the baby boy. And it was flowers this woman sent to herself. Very awkward. So I go, okay, I did pull that order up. Here I see that was the sunflower bouquet. And it looks like that was congratulations on a baby. And she's like, yeah, I sent it to myself. She's like, I wanted to celebrate. I go, well, congratulations, blah, blah, blah. She goes, well, yeah. She's like, well, when I got the sunflowers, they were dead. They were completely dead. And it was just like, oh, well, that's horrible. Like, I'm sorry that the flowers were like that. That's not something that normally happens. And she's like, and I had a miscarriage. Really, lady? Like, I didn't say that, but really, lady? Like, why are you putting me in this situation right now? My most off-the-wall thought was in that moment kind of along the lines of Megan. Like, I just... Like, I can't even fucking just flow with that. Who just spouts some information? Like, I know sad people like to talk, want to talk to somebody, want to tell somebody some shit. Some things you need to call your mama for, or get a little therapist, because this is a bullshit part-time job. I'm making, like, no money. We don't play therapist. We don't play Freud here, alright? It's just not happening. Yeah. My off-the-wall thought was just, like, contemplating that and the irony of it and wanting to say shit to her and just like, wow. And I talked the bitch into replacing her dead sunflowers with some rosemary plant. I was like, oh, a plant. Like, it's life. And it's potted, so it's going to continue to grow and blah, blah, blah. And I was just thinking about, wow, I'm going to say the wrong thing and this bitch is going to start crying and then I'm just going to hang up on her. Yeah, we're done with that question. That was the most awkward moment ever. Especially to be over the phone and not to be like, okay, this conversation is over. Megan, what are some ways you deal with stress? Kind of like you. Just music helps me a lot. Music sets the tone of my life. Is my favorite thing to say. If I get really stressed out, I'll usually just like put myself in my room, turn off the lights, light a candle or two, or like in the bathtub. Sorry, I can't edit that, and I can't re-record it because Mark's an a-hole. But yeah, and I'll put on my iPod and listen to classical music. Classical music always chills me out. My favorite would have to be Chopin. Just the lightness of a lot of his songs really just like calms me down. I have it on my iPod, on my computer. I have the CD in my car. Yeah, all of it. It's great. So my question for the week is stupid and lame and not original. If I gave you each $10,000 right now, what would be the first thing you would buy? And Bob, you have to be more original than a whole bunch of beer or something like that. That's what I decided. Everybody be original. Buy something fancy. I would buy your mom and take her for a ride.